Aloha folks, and welcome back to Brazil in Victoria 2. We are the 8th greatest power in the world, so we're doing pretty well for ourselves, but we really need to get that score up because Belgium is actually right behind us, and I don't want them to catch up. In fact, yeah, if they get that industrial score up just a little bit, I think they could end up catching up. But I am making sure that we start sphering people, and I think we're going to start with South America because we have a sort of score and neighbor bonus, since things on other continents actually give you minus 50% power acquisition. So that's going to be our focus. We will make sure to dominate the market over here. We also have, we still have the Grand Colombian Nationalists in Ecuador, which is quite interesting. And we have the Communist Party in power. Now, some people, I have friends who are much better at Victoria 2 than me. And they always tell me that the focus should be to early on get cement and machine parts factories. The problem is, they were always closing down. Like, okay, we have an electric gear factory here. And we have a machine parts factory, but for some reason, you know, they just don't. People aren't getting employed in these factories, and the cement factories also closed down quite a lot, which is annoying to say the least. But I mean, we're doing okay, so I think we'll focus on that. Plus, it's not very early on right now, and well, you know, I think it's a little bit too late to try to monopolize a particular market. Plus, we actually don't produce coal, and coal is extremely important, of course, for industrialization. So that's a little bit of a pain, because cement, I think cement factories require, if we go all the way down here, cement factory, they require coal, and so do machine parts factories. So that's why we couldn't really focus on that. Ah, right. There's actually a new tab here that allows us to invest in other countries, and we can see our neighbors, Venezuela, Argentina, Peru, and others, and we can actually build factories there. I think it might be an interesting option. Venezuela, I don't think has oil yet. But if they did, when they discover that, it could be an interesting option for us. At the same time, I realize that I don't really want to make my future spheres richer by letting them produce things that will compete against me. So I'm not actually going to build factories in their territory. I might build it elsewhere, though, where there are resources that we don't have. Because building in South America is mostly all the same resources, and well, that wouldn't really be beneficial to us because we want them to buy from us, not to sell to us. Membership in the International Olympic Committee, an excellent idea. We give £10,000 for some prestige, or just lose prestige. Of course I'm gonna join this. Colombia offers an alliance. Yes, since we're actually trying to get reel you in, I think it's a good idea. Plus, you're relatively strong, actually, compared to other South American powers. Right, I've also gone ahead and researched what is required to assimilate people, and basically, it's just a modifier based on continent, based on education, luxury goods, and other things. So there's actually not much we can do, to be honest. We just have to wait. I think we could encourage clergymen, perhaps. You know, that could be a way to get more people to become Catholic and then Brazilian, but I don't really see a point, to be honest. With the announcement of a host nation, the International Olympic Committee has sent invitations to its members to attend the games. Shall we attend? Ottoman Empire, Brazil, United Kingdom, Spain, France. Okay. Sounds good. Aha, okay, so I just realized, so our administration is a traditional academia. See, I've played Victoria 2 for so long and I still haven't learned this, but when we choose, if we go ahead to politics, decisions, and we have avant-garde intelligentsia. I mean, it's now we can't actually change it, but that actually changes the way in which we research things. Here's the thing, I wish I could just see what our current thing does, like how the traditional academia, like what the bonuses are and the how it hurts us, because I'd like to be able to compare. We are going to do our best here to try to destroy, or not destroy, get the Americans out of Colombia, so that we can sphere Colombia and build the Panama Canal. Oh, we need what? 26, okay. God damn it, the Americans got there first. They actually just banned our embassy. That's so, damn it. The Royal Geographic Society has announced that an award will be presented to the first expedition that reached the South Pole. We should outfit an expedition. We must consider this proposition. We do not need to rediscover penguins. Well, of course we're sending an expedition. It's cheap, and, after all, we are pretty close to the South Pole, so an entire continent could be ours, right? Modern design, yada yada yada, but more importantly, we can actually add Venezuela to our sphere. Increase opinion? Discredit? No? Ah, we can increase opinion, right. We can't add ourselves yet, but cordial, and then friendly, and then in sphere, I think, right? Chile, join me, please. Increase my opinion. Let's actually go ahead and pass a healthcare system, trinket healthcare, and that will also increase the immigration rate, which is something I really want. There's something, right. What I don't like about the whole sphere system is just how I have to keep an eye on everyone I'm focusing on in order to actually like make it work. The US, for example, I can't discredit them because, yeah, once someone's in a sphere, it's actually pretty hard to get them out of there, which is really annoying. Argentina, increase opinion. Excellent. And there's the thing, we're focusing on the top ones here, but I think we're gonna end up getting the bottom ones first because the US is just not paying attention to those. The Posadas patrimony, alright, so we actually gain this as a core, and I think that these two might follow through eventually since we're getting so many Brazilians here. Long live Brazil. Major discovery, centralized economic planning. That's funny because, you know, we are a planned economy right now. And we also have mixed economy, which is cool. I just, yeah, I don't know. Ooh, here's the, there they are, the fascists, protectionist, state capitalism, moralism, residency, and jingoism. So yeah, I just wish there was a party that was protectionism or free trade. Doesn't really matter. State capitalism, atheism, full citizenship, and then pro-military or jingoist. Planned economy, it's fun, but I also like letting the capitalists take care of like railroads and all of that stuff, so it's a balance. Colonial incident. A colonial regiment in one of our colonies has had an encounter with a regiment from another colonial power, which had, according to a military report, crossed into our colonial claim on an obscure waterway a fair distance into the colony's hinterland. So, okay, it's Japan, but the question is, Japan? Where does Japan have any influence or colony that borders us or is close enough to us? I mean, they have Persia in their sphere, but aside from that, I just don't understand. Well, whatever. We'll get 5% more. Actually, I don't know. The Japanese have stuff down here, maybe. Oh no, that's in their sphere. Question is, do you have I mean, they have the place in the sun. We could... Are they allied? They're friendly. Allied with Korea. 230 brigades. That's a lot. Let's just get more jingoism. Ah, the French are backstabbing us in Colombia. God damn it. Let's... Should I discredit the French? Who's gaining more influence? Americans or the French? I think the French are really trying there. Oh, they were just discredited, I think, by Italy, perhaps, or the British. You know what? Let's go ahead and try to fabricate on Dynam here. They're losing a war, I think. No, they're on the winning side against Siam. Alright, good. I'm gonna justify Sphere is 5 infamy. Establish protectorate is 10 infamy. How much infamy do we have right now? We have 13. So 10 wouldn't actually be that bad. Although sphering might be interesting. But you know what? Nah, let's just take the land. Let's take it. I actually think Rio might be one of the great cities of the world. If we look at... Oh, Battle of New York against what? Just random rebels. What's the population here? 750,000. Over there, 454. Paris has a population of 1,000,000.1.13. That's almost 2 million right there. Berlin, okay, this doesn't actually compare. Although, almost. Okay, let's look at Rio. Rio has... Okay, oh, alright, not that many. 424,000. It's interesting how red it is, though, compared to other places. Maybe I'm just imagining stuff. Madagascar here, like, this is 30... Oh, okay, maybe it's relative to the neighboring province? No, but that's 360,000. That's a lot of people. The Russians are fighting the Greeks and British and want military access. I will allow. The United Kingdom wants access. I will not allow. You see where this is going. Germany's fighting the British. I will allow you to walk right through. Actually, this might be a great war, right? Ottoman liberation of East Macedonia. Okay, not yet. Mostly because there's no other great power on the British side. But I do hope that they beat the British. Seems like there's been a crash in the textile industry. Not really sure why. Maybe has cotton gotten too expensive? I doubt it. I mean, yeah, but we're losing a lot of money. We were making 1,000 a day here, and now there's an economic downturn. So we're gonna focus on the alcohol, which is where we're also making a lot of money. Healthcare, we're gonna get more of course, for that population growth. And Colombia, how are you doing? Are we, we're still cordial because we were discredited. Ottomans are fighting Brits. Yes, please. Do march right through. French are fighting Brits. Yeah, march ahead, please. Ah, damn it. Okay. Colombia has just been sphered by the Brits, and I think they'll probably build the disgusting canal soon. But we can actually remove Venezuela from the American sphere, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna try to add them to our own. Acceptable healthcare or low pensions, trinket subsidies. I mean, the subsidies people are really asking for. We're gonna go for the healthcare first. Alright, excellent. We actually found oil. So instead of producing fruit in the middle of the desert, we actually have something useful from southern Algeria here. Whew, actually, that actually is quite a relief, because that means we, I mean, we can't build things, but at least we have oil to supply our needs. The Italians want an alliance. Sure, okay. Venezuela offers an alliance. I'm gonna decline. I'm sorry about that, but it's mostly because I don't actually... You're not that very strong at all. The Chinese want an alliance. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll admit something. It was a while back we started fabricating this thing, and I completely forgot, so I refabricated it, and luckily enough, we gained, like, no infamy from it. But yes, declare war. Who's gonna join? Cambodia. Who cares? Let's go ahead and declare war. Oh, wait. Should we call our allies? Who will not accept? No one will accept. Okay, so we'll have to do this on our own. God damn it, I was gonna use them as a staging point, and immediately this event fires. The Boxer Atrocities. The Righteous Society of Harmonious Fists, known colloquially as Boxers, a Chinese movement dedicated to restoring what they perceive to be a loss of Chinese independence in the face of European expansion in Asia, have carried out massacres on European missionaries and traders in China, along with Europeans unfortunate enough to come in their path. Several Chinese Christians converts have also been brutally slaughtered. The Chinese government appears unconcerned with these atrocities, and some rumors claim that the Imperial King government is even leading its tacit support to the movement. So we can actually gain a casus belli to put that down. Looks like Burma has just finished their war with what's it called? Them there. But we do have military access, don't we? Oh, the Chinese Empire. Aha, so they actually changed the flag. Alright, so we'll request military access because we need that. Ooh, I was actually about to change our army commander, but changing the commander in the middle of a war apparently makes you lose prestige, so I'm not gonna do that. Alright, let's increase our healthcare to the maximum now. This is gonna be very good. Yes. Ooh, crisis over the return of Siam's rightful territories. In Cambodia. Interesting. We're at war with Cambodia, so this might be very interesting to see how it plays out. Ooh, what's this? Okay, so we can increase opinion, add to sphere. Finally, we can add Venezuela to our sphere. Voila. And we're actually gonna try to discredit or remove the Americans and the British from the area. But this is nice. Adding people to spheres basically means that they begin to trade only with you. We could sign a peace now, but I'm thinking we can try to get our what's it called, jingoism up, and then maybe get Cambodia in the process. Might be far-fetched though, so perhaps not. Actually, what kind of resources do we have here? Grain, rubber. How many people? Quite a lot of people. Not much though. You know what? Let's actually just sign the peace. Propose peace, annex, proceed, and there we go. Brazilian Vietnam. Alright, let's actually get a good minimum wage going, and then we'll do the rest. French liberation of Elsa-Lothringen. Okay, so there's actually a big war going on. 2 great powers on this side and only 1 on the other, but that's understandable. I'm actually gonna risk it and attack Burma here. They're allied with some other state, but they're both pretty weak, so I think it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Fascist soup kitchens. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that they are moralist residents, I wouldn't actually mind them. But since I do want that, what's it called? It's called something. It's called, since I want that, whatever. You know what I mean, right? We're actually gonna close that down. Whoa, just as I stop recording there, we see tanks. So now we can actually go ahead and build tank factories. Where do we want to have tank factories, you ask? I don't know, but I think maybe in provinces which have rubber, machine parts, electrical, and automobiles. So either in São Paulo or Rio Grande do Norte would do fine, I think. In Rio, there's a bunch of closed stuff. Let's actually go ahead and place it here. An end to Burmese imperialism. Why should Burma get all the prime colonial land? It's downright unfair. That's what it is. They probably aren't even properly educating the native population. Something must be done. We deserve our place in the sun. This is hilarious because, you know, their colonial, you know, quote-unquote colonial regions are just these 3 really shitty provinces here. Of course, we're declaring a war not only for that, but we're hoping that we can add a war goal eventually in the middle of the war. Everyday needs for middle and rich and poor strata go down with minimal safety regulations. So I guess that's good because then they can afford to have the extra or like the other stuff. Whatever, we'll pass that reform. Pretty sure we were allied to America, but fine. Well, I'll join you again. Also pretty sure I was allied to Italy, but I don't know what happens. It feels like my alliances keep breaking all the time. The British are fighting China. I'm not gonna let you through, no. Germany wants an alliance. Yeah, I'm your best friend, Germany. I love you. Of course Italy gets attacked just as I ally them. They have 142 brigades with Army Tech 22, whilst the French have 261 with Army Tech 23. Trieste is, or can be ignored. Question is, should we join? I mean, are you allied with anyone else? Germany? What if Germany joins? Will Germany join? Please, Germany, join. I need you to join this war. 13th of March is the final date. We'll see what happens then. Yes, of course we're gonna attend the Olympic Games. Honestly, since Germany hasn't joined, I can't really do anything, Italy. I'm sorry, but I will ally you when you lose. Let's get ourselves. Should we get pensions? Pension level plus 10% or trinket subsidies. Let's go for the pensions. Rebels have risen against our sphere members. Okay, let's send an army to deal with that then. Go. Wait, oh right, I don't have military access. Not give, I want. Argentinian reactionaries have won. That means you're out of the sphere, right? But, oh, everyone's reset to neutral. God damn it. One of our colonies is reporting astounding successes in the development of local commercial ventures and businesses to the colonial office. According to the local governor, the primary reason seems to be ambitious land reform undertaken in tandem with Brazilian capitalists and industrialists. The colony is reportedly becoming more attractive to immigrants, and the report reflects well on our industrialists as well. They gain consciousness and gain life rating, or lose consciousness. Fantastic news, I guess. We screwed up. Looks like Japan got Burma in their sphere, and I don't really look forward to fighting Japan. After all, Japan, I mean, just look at their strength. 242 brigades there. So instead, we are going to fabricate on Egypt. Establish protectorate. Remove Chile from the American sphere. Kaboom. And then it will be our turn soon. Acceptable pensions. Voila. And now Portugal shall be added to our glorious sphere. Let's see how Venezuela's doing. Let's ban the British. Actually, decrease the opinion of the Americans. Boom. Establish a protectorate in Egypt. Who would join me? Let's see. No one? Germany would accept Chile, yeah, but we don't need them, of course. So we're just gonna go ahead and declare war. Our athletes are victorious. Some of our athletes who competed at the recent Olympic Games have been victorious and returned home with medals of gold, silver, and bronze. Wonderful. Malo is now a core. Long live Brazil. God damn it, the British have built the canal. That also means, yeah, I really wanted it. Remove from sphere. Excellent. We are actually really competing for our neighbors here. I think it's going pretty well. We have Venezuela. Argentina fell out of its own, but Paraguay and Chile have been fiercely competed for. Where else? Portugal is ours. Good. Add Chile to the sphere. Ah, yes. I feel so good adding people to spheres. Let's deprioritize them. Make sure we gather points though to discredit them eventually, and just keep on expanding. I mean, this is very nice. I mean, we had 40,000 unemployed craftsmen in Minas Gerais, but we're gonna keep expanding the factories and sort of creating the demand for more labor. The riches of the colonies flow to our nation's coffers, but it's not only in monetary terms that our nation benefits from its possessions in the New Worlds. The single biggest gain from our colonial presence lies in the continually expanding venues and fields in which our technological advances can be applied, tried, and tested. Certain well-off philanthropists in Brazil have decided to fund a colonial exposition to celebrate our colonies, our missionaries, and our empire. The question is how we should advertise the exposition: a celebration of our technological prowess, or a grand salute to the empire? I think we're gonna go for a grand salute to the empire. Egypt has been annexed. I actually recorded it, but then I ran out of words because the placement was just so stunning to me that, yeah, I don't know. I'm not even gonna blah. We're probably gonna have to go to war with the Ottomans or the Brits for Ethiopia or Egypt here. Probably this would just make it look a lot better. It's a pity we don't have... Actually, we could... they're allied with a bunch of people, though. Right, okay. I was gonna say, get the Suez Canal instead of the Panama Canal, since we didn't get that one. But, yeah, things are going really good. We're basically 20 years away from the end of the game. And I really want to hear your comments and suggestions. Let's take a look at our sphere. Looking good. We're expanding. And yeah, again, I want to hear your comments, your suggestions, because I always appreciate that. And as always, this has been GameGabster. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, share with your friends. Farewell.